as an engineer and someone who likes to tinker with things, and obviously, you learned probably very quickly that that was something that you were good at and you were interested in. Why aviation? I guess there's so many different kinds of engineers, and the reason I'm asking this question is so many young people, engineering is such a broad industry. There's so much you could do with it. How can you kind of walk us through your thought process, I suppose, in deciding, okay, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to direct it in this career path, or was it not that strategic and it just kind of happened naturally?
Yeah, actually, I've always had a love for planes since I was young. And I always looked at going into aviation. And as I was coming out of school, it just I couldn't really put the pieces together to go down that path quite yet. So I went to college to work on big diesel engines, so large ship engines and trucks and things like that. As I was going through college, I picked up a part-time job working for a guy that worked at an aviation company, and I was working in his home shop. And he taught me the upholstery and things like that, some of the more interior skills. So then I was able to secure a job with Duncan Aviation. So I started there as a trainee apprentice assistant in interiors, and I worked with them for quite some time in upholstery. But I still very much had the mechanical love. So every chance I got, or if the shop was slow, I would go out and work with the mechanics on the floor and learn more. So I guess my progression, a lot of people will go to A&P school, things like that. I actually did all mine as an apprentice trainee, more in the European style, I suppose, of things where you actually gain all of that on the job.
And do you think people can still do that now? Do you think that there's, I mean, you're leading a team. Would you be open to someone, let's say, that's come from another department or from another background or even another industry that wanted to be an apprentice and learn a bit on the job?
Oh, absolutely. No, and I think that's critical. And I think that's something that we as an industry really need to focus on doing in order to build the future generation, because it is getting a little more difficult, especially regionally. Like I said, I've been here for 10 years. When I first moved to Asia, it was very difficult to find engineers, especially in the BizJet background. I mean, we were pulling people from commercial places like that, but it's still, while the fundamentals are there, there's a big difference between working on a commercial plane and a business plane, just as far as standards and expectations. So I think it's really critical that the companies in this industry are really promoting that apprenticeship and on-job training, because it does give a lot better results in the end. So for me, definitely, I would be happy to take on apprentice. Previously, when I was with Jet, we also had some programs with ATTC, the local training school, that we would take on their apprentices as well as others. And there was a great value in that. Both it helps out the MRO or the company that's bringing the apprentices on, but it also helps to build that future generation of engineers that's very much needed. We see a very global shortage of engineers right now that have the skills. So it's only going to get worse if the trend continues.